this lesson we'll be installing .NET MAUI to Visual Studio. So the first thing to do is to go to the Microsoft documentation and download MAUI. Download. Now go to this link right here, build your first app. So there are three versions you can download for Visual Studio 2022. You can either download the community version, the professional version, or the enterprise version. I'm gonna select community preview because it's free. Now I'll select on community preview and it'll download the installer right here. I'm gonna select on the installer. I'm gonna wait for it to install a bit. Now after this, select on continue and install the Visual Studio installer. I'm just gonna select on cancel because I already have the Visual Studio installer in my device. So it's right here, Visual Studio installer. So I actually already have MAUI installed, so there is no need to install it again. Now this window should pop up after you complete the installation. And right here, scroll all the way down to desktop and mobile and select .NET Multi-Platform App UI Development. I'm going to select this and I'm going to select on install. You should select on install. I already have it installed, so there is no need to select on install. I'm just going to select on close. Awesome. Now after completing this process, you should have .NET MAUI installed on your device. Now after it completes installation, I'm going to go to Visual Studio Installer. I'm going to type in Visual Studio Installer. I'm going to select it. And I'm going to select Launch on the Visual Studio Community 2022 Preview version. It'll launch the 2022 version. And now right here, select on Create a New Project. Right here, it'll tell you to select a template for what project you want to create. I'm going to select the MAUI template. I'm going to type in MAUI right here. And I'm going to select the .NET MAUI app template to create a .NET MAUI app. I'm gonna make this, I'm just gonna make it MAUI app 2, and I'm gonna select on create. It'll show you where it'll save the file, and it'll show you the solution name. Now I'm just gonna keep it as MAUI app 2. You can name it whatever you want, and you can store it whatever you want. I'm just gonna store it on my C drive. I'm gonna click on create, and now let's wait a bit for it to create. Now it says creating project. And awesome, now it created the project. Now when you open Visual Studio, you'll see the pop-up for installing the Android SDK. Now click on accept and install it. Now the installation will continue in the background. Now right here it opened up two files automatically. One is a mainpage.xaml file. .xaml, so basically XAML is a scripting language that MAUI uses. So you can basically think of it as HTML but for MAUI or for app development. And now we have the main page.xaml.cs. This is all in C#. This is the backend. You can think about it as this is the backend and this is the front end. Now click right here and go to Android emulators. Select on it. You shouldn't have any emulators right here. I already have two because I've installed them. But you shouldn't have any emulators. Click on Android emulator. It'll open an application called Android Device Manager, and you can select the recommended device that is selected to you. Or you can create your own device if you want. I already have two devices right here. One of them is the Pixel 2 XL. The other one is Pixel 5. This one I created customly. This was recommended to me. Now just use the device that has been recommended to you and it'll be enough. Now after installing the Android emulator or the Android device, it should pop up right here. So in my case, it'll pop up Pixel 2 XL. And that was it for this lesson.